scooteristas, scootadores, escuteros, boot scooting boogiers, non-pollutant commuters who work at Hooters and patriotic flag saluters, or as Trina at the Electric Scooter Guide likes to call us, scooter heads. Nothing cuter than a non-polluter on a scooter. Welcome to episode 8, the follow-up to the interview with Chuck Temple from the Electric Scooter Guide. If you didn't listen to episode 7, I'd go back and listen to it because it's pretty fascinating. This episode, Chuck gets into the dirty, grimy, epic deets. We nail him down. What is the best scooter to recommend for a first-time buyer? It will be revealed. What is the best all-arounder? Thumb throttle versus trigger throttle. And a special episode of Rapid Fire. I'll say a question and Chuck will tell us the first thing that pops into his mind. Let's get right into it. I've got questions and I need answers. It's time to ask you some questions. Say what's on your mind. Now it's time to ask you some questions, but you won't have much time.
Answer me! Answer me now! Answer me! I've got questions! You give answers! So answer me now, right now!
What scooter do you recommend for first-time buyers? And I fully understand, by the way, that it's a loaded question. It depends on the weather, where you live, what type of riding you do.
Yeah.
What is your use case?
Oh
How
my
much
gosh.
money do you have?
Yeah, no, it's you're gonna get. You ask 10 people, you're gonna get 10 answers. But I'm gonna say the right answer.
Let me guess, the M365?
I would have said that, but actually, I'm gonna say 9-bot Max.
Really?
The G30, not the smaller one, but the original larger one. I think that's just the most best all around, best scooter for people that are just getting into it.
Timothy West chose the Wolf Warrior as his best all-arounder. What, in your opinion, is the best all-around scooter?
For certain people, that is absolutely the best scooter. So you want it by price range or you want just overall?
Well, if we went by price range, you'd probably have to name 3 or 4 scooters. So let's just go with all-around scooter.
Man, that's an impossible question, Dagwood. I'm going to say the best all-arounder at any price for me is the Inokim Oxo.
Ooh, I love the look of that. I would love to ride it. I was wondering if maybe you'd say the Apollo that you just reviewed.
The Inokim Oxo, it's my daily rider currently. And because I don't have stairs and because it has the rubber suspension, right, and it has this thumb throttle, it's not perfect, but I added some grip tape to it, and that is the scooter that I fight for every day when I go home. Try to not have anyone else ride it that day because I want it. I love it. I love that scooter.
Yeah, I'm not sold on the thumb throttle. I do have one scooter with a thumb throttle, and, it has its place.
I'm actually somewhat changing my perspective because I don't think all thumb throttles are all that good, to be honest. And sometimes the trigger can actually be better. So I'm actually coming around a little bit on that. I know I've said the thumb throttle so many times. I almost feel bad but you know what? Like I'm going to change my mind too. I'm a human.
Once again, it depends on what type of riding you're doing. If you're going through mud and dirt and climbing up and down hills, I don't think I want a thumb throttle. You're going to be smacking that thing, your speed's going to vary. But if you're doing regular commuting, maybe a thumb throttle is a good way to go. But for all around everyday use, I definitely prefer the trigger. But like you said, to each his own, right?
Yeah, and I think, I think a lot about how, which way your momentum is going and where you have strength in your hand on that right hand. Because for me, that's what it's all about. And sometimes actually, the trigger can be better. It's just, there's certain triggers that don't fit my personal hand because I'm not the big dot. I don't have the giant, the giant hands. And so certain throttle types actually cramp my hands to the point where I wouldn't recommend certain scooters that are some of the most popular, most famous scooters out there. But that's just me. And for people that have larger hands, the trigger throttle with certain types of grips are totally fine for them. And so, it's not one size fits all, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
For me, it also depends a little bit on where the thumb throttle sits on the handlebars, because I'm sometimes comfortable not using my thumb, but using the palm of my hand and using that and getting better
that's
accuracy.
Interesting. Yeah. I think on the Enochims, I kind of do that. They have a little circular area where you don't actually have to hold the little paddle for the thumb. You can actually just kind of grip it, and then it almost turns into a twist throttle. And not really, but somewhat. Which actually, we've tried out the twist throttle on the eMove Touring, and found that to be our absolute favorite. They sent us the thumb. We had the trigger. And then we had the twist, and actually, I don't like the thumb throttle on that scooter. And in the video, we said that just straight up, like, we don't recommend it thumbs down on that thumb, even though. So it's it's the way the thumb is oriented, I think, for that one. But the twist is amazing.
Alrighty, and now it's the portion of our show where we do rapid fire. I'll ask you a quick word and give me your impression.
It's time for the rapid fire. Get ready for the rapid fire. I'm gonna say some words now. Give me your reaction. Just give me your reaction. It's time for the rapid fire. It's time for the rapid fire. It's time for the rapid.
Honeycomb.
No.
Interesting reaction. The next is scooter color.
Purple? Just because the song, we did that in Apollo just put their eMove not Apollo, Voro just put their eMove Cruiser into purple. And one of my favorite songs is Go Bordello's Start Wearing Purple. So we played that on the show for the purple, and we're totally going to get in trouble for it. So we can't do that anymore. But
I'll let you do it.
Yeah, that's.
I like the orange.
Yeah, we have the orange. That's the one that we have in house.
That's
but
nice.
yeah, it's cool. I mean, hey, I think anything to get more diversification of scooters and just keep expanding wider the industry, I think is awesome.
I wouldn't say
I
have buyer's remorse, but the new Wolf King, that is pimping.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Are you
that
kidding
scooter
me?
is right behind me.
I would be proud to cruise around urban streets on that thing. That just is amazing looking.
Yeah, the 72 volt is. I'm looking at it right now. It is quite a beast, and it has a bite that you may hear about later.
I would dress up like a Run DMC member and ride that thing proudly.
Well, I don't know if you know the song. Wow, it's by Macklemore. It's what is it? It's their moped song. I think it's called Downtown. And so for the Scooty, you should check it out. So for the Scooties, the original idea was to use that song and to make a music video, right? Kind of like we did for the 2019 Scooties, which we did the rap song. But for this one, we were going to do that, and I reached out to Macklemore, their fan page, and just asked them if they could, if we could use it, and I just didn't get a response. So, that would have been kind of fun. But anyway.
They'd want to get their music out there, you would think. But since you mentioned the Scooties, I want to set up something for you a little bit, because we got the family together. We got popcorn. We sat and sofa with sodas. Watch the Scooties. Like the Academy Awards.
Oh, my gosh. It's so awesome.
We sat down, and what came on the screen shocked us. Everybody just looked at each other. The first thing, we're expecting scooters, and it was a fight.
Yes.
It was unexpected.
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh, good.
It's a great idea, so...
That was I believe that was Richie and Rainier that we had the idea of doing a like a Die Hard thing. And that's the one time when we get a little bit, when you're working, it's like you want to do stuff that you enjoy too. And so, we love making scooter videos and like diving deep and stuff like that. But like we also like to have fun, and like we don't want people to think we're not serious and we don't know our stuff, because we know our stuff.
Oh, it's entertaining.
We like to like obviously have fun, and that was a creative, just anyway. So did you like?
We want more of that.
You like that,
we
huh?
liked it. Yes. We didn't like it. We loved it.
We loved it. Oh, good.
It was just shocking. We were not expecting that. We're all sitting on the couch, got the TV on. We don't watch your computer.
Yeah,
we
gotta watch it on the
screen.
big. Oh, for sure.
Surround sound
that's
system
so cool.
and all that. And everybody looked at each other as soon as that happened. At first, I thought I had the wrong video. It's supposed to be the Scooties.
Yes.
What happened?
Yes.
It was great. And we really agree that we want to see more of that. Pushing the envelope, the Tonight Show intros, a lot
cool.
of the other shows you have going, like Scooter Hunters. I really would like you to bring that back. That was a good show. I'd like to see more of that.
We have a big internal debate on, like what kind of content we should be doing. People know us for this, but we want to do that. And, I love the concept of Scooter Hunters because it's like a story. And I don't know, I've had more people come to me saying, my favorite video ever was the one with your, my uncle Jim. With the Scooter Hunters, and then of course the Eric one as well, who, by the way, Eric is like 1 million plus subscribers on YouTube.
The guy
now.
who went up and down the coast of Florida. That was excellent.
Yeah, no, he's big time.
I enjoyed
he's
that
big time now, and he seems like he's not, he doesn't know what's going on. He seems like so crazy and whatever, but man, that guy is like, he's something special for sure.
The Electric Scooter Podcast. It's happening now.
The next topic we might disagree on.
Okay.
That thing is slime.
Oh, okay. Are you a fan or not a fan?
I don't know, because I heard from a mechanic that it could possibly coagulate inside the tire and make it a little lopsided, uneven, and give you that whoppity wop kind of sound.
A wobble, little wobble, little unbalancing effect. So we haven't. So one of the videos that's like kind of planned for the next, I think in the next month and a half, is going to be a kind of like tire slime showdown where we test different brands, and then we're going to put Paul on Paul on the slime train basically, and see what's happening. So the tires that we've slimed. Right, and we do test these tires, and actually Paul has done a lot of times where he'll find a minor wobble in a scooter, because we'll test a scooter, it'll have something weird about the ride, and so then Paul will go through and like check all these different things. One of the things he checks is he'll put the scooter in the air and just run the tires, right, and then he'll see if there's like a wobble to them when the scooter's just lifted up. And so, so far, the scooters that we've slimed, we have not had that happen. But I can't say that I'm not the expert that Paul is, to be honest. And so that's a great question.
And I will watch it. I'll wait for it.
Yeah, no, that's the one. We kind of want to do more like kind of scientific-y tests, like kind of like Mythbusters or something, where we really just try to get down and dirty and just try to figure out does this work? Does this not work? Is it helpful? How big of a puncture will it really fix? Is it all just smoke and mirrors, right? And if it is good, what is the best one to use? Because I don't know.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, there's questions we have too.
You guys are the ones figuring this stuff out.
Yeah, I mean, Armadillos right now has the best reputation, and I know that guy is willing to put his product up against anything. So I know he'll accept the outcome. So
I'm sure he's done his own in-house testing.
He has, and he has videos on it. But until we do it ourselves, right? We're not gonna any kind of scientific experiment, you kind of really have to like set it up properly to get some real good results. So.
All righty then, continuing with the rapid fire.
Fire! We play with fire. Rapid fire. Rapid fire. Fire. Fire right now.
First one, next one, night ride.
Oh yeah. Oh, with the right scooter, stem and deck lighting being key, as well as, obviously, I can't say it enough, rear high mounted light, front high mounted light, aftermarket if needed.
Get that blinking red light on the back of your helmet.
Oh
man.
my gosh, it's you gotta do it. Cars they do not see scooters in the daytime, let alone at night.
You can't beat that blinking red light on the back of the helmet. When I'm driving, I've come up on people, and it is very visible.
Yep, the form factor of scooters, like, they have red lights, but they're so low mounted that you just aren't gonna necessarily see them if you're in a car, and we need people being safe on scooters.
Amen. Preach to me, brother man. Scooter heads, keep them heads intact, keep a helmet on, and wear your gear. Gear's cool anyway. All right, here's one of my pet peeves. I'm not sure we'll agree on this one or not, but it's keyed ignitions.
I don't know. Like, I've had them bend. We've lost them, right? And those are big downsides.
Oh, maybe we agree. I don't actively disregard scooters that have keyed ignitions. I'm not a fan. Right. I don't want to mess with the key. I got so many keys. You think I want another key hanging off of me? I want to jump on in my scooter and go for a ride, and I can't find the key. You know who it's going to stop from stealing? Nobody. Okay. That's right. Nobody. Okay. Motorcycles that are stolen, and scooters, they just toss them in the back of a truck. The key's not going to stop anybody. No thief is going to be deterred by a keyed ignition.
Yeah, you can also roll a scooter away. 99% of scooters don't have an alarm built in, so you can just roll the darn thing away, and the key is not going to help you. You just can't go. You can't just go fast on it. So it's, I could see how.
Well, Chuck, here's what I have to say about this issue. Even I have a kryptonite U-bolt lock.
Yeah, that's good.
But it works for what it is, but that's not the ideal answer. The answer is take the scooter with you into the store. If you're in a restaurant or a cafe, sit somewhere where you can eat outdoors and you can see your scooter. Don't rely on a lock.
I 100% agree. I would say, keep it within, if you're going in for 10 minutes, that's when you use a lock. But, anybody can cut, any of those locks are not, none of them are perfect. None of them are, foolproof or not foolproof.
If
but
any
what's the word?
Scooter companies are listening to this podcast, stop with the keyed ignitions already, please. Or at least make it an option.
Yeah.
It's something that's probably removable, right?
So,
if I could get it without the key,
so some of the keyed ignitions, I don't know how they do it or where the alarm is set, but they'll come with the alarm, which actually, again, same point is, yes, you can still roll away a scooter with an alarm, but some of those alarms are so loud that, say you're in the store, you could probably hear it and very possibly get outside before somebody, gets that thing into your trunk. Or into the back of their pickup truck, whatever
just in time to go out there and meet the surly person who's stealing your scooter and confront him or them. But if you have the scooter with you inside the store, you're good to go.
Or it could be a deterrent, right? As soon as you move that scooter, then this super high pitched alarm goes off.
Okay.
We're
may discourage.
It's still early. It's early. I don't.
Yeah, when they hear that.
But yeah, keyed ignition. I never thought of it the way that you have. Yeah. But
nope, don't like them.
But yeah, okay.
Two more questions, real quick. Beatles or Stones?
Beatles right now. Beatles right now. I go through phases, but yeah, for now, Beatles.
Depends on the mood.
Yeah.
Who would win in a fight between a grizzly bear and a hippo? Last question.
Gosh, I just watched The Revenant while I was at the snow. And I don't know if you've seen that movie.
That board tore into
Oh
Leo.
my gosh, I was like affected.
That's a true story. Apparently, that guy really got.
That's what they
eaten
said.
by
That's
the
what they
bear
said. And I'm
or
like,
tore
oh my god, I can't believe that Leonardo DiCaprio can fight a bear. This is just insane. And like it was anyway. So I'm gonna I don't know that much about hippos, and this could be like a trick question, but obviously grizzly bear like attacking is like one of the scariest things that I could ever imagine.
The thing is, the hippo is the most dangerous animal on planet Earth.
Is that because it attacks more?
It's aggressive, and it can open its mouth so wide, and it'll actually go after you. Grizzly bear depends on how hungry they are.
Yeah, just swallow you. Yeah, that's
Then
right.
They can open at a crazy wide angle. I would say if the hippo comes up out of the water and the grizzly bear drops down on his back out of a tree, that may give the grizzly bear the upper hand.
Well, the skin. Well, have they done that yet? Have they? Do they have the fight on Animal Planet or anything? Have they done that?
Not
They
that
don't really
I know
live.
of.
I'm not sure. I think if they live in the same area.
Probably a better way to do it is with computer graphics or something like that. They don't occupy the same space.
Yeah, well, those
on
hippos
Earth.
have real thick skin too, and so they
do.
might be, like it might be pretty hard for you to get those big old bear claws to get into the skin of the hippo. So maybe that's like an extra protection, and then
True.
I
think the answer is probably hippo. Do you know who Ben
Oh
Fox
yeah,
is?
actually, I visited Ben in London. Yeah.
We got to talk about that. We don't have time today.
Yeah.
He's a guy that I'd really
Oh,
love
you
to
should.
interview.
He's awesome. He's amazing.
He told me straight up. I just chatted with him. He said hippo. He was resolute. He didn't hesitate for a second. Yeah, he goes, most dangerous planet on Earth, hippo.
He's sitting at home like studying this stuff. That's his next video, Scooter
I think
versus
he just
Hippo.
knows everything about
And
everything. Maybe he put a hippo and a grizzly together.
Yeah, no, I'm amazed. I like look up to Ben Fox and his videos. Like
is great.
he's something special.
He's funny, imaginative. He's a talented guy. I need to interview that guy.
You
pronto.
should. That'd be great.
Well, Chuck, it's been interesting and informative talking to you. Hope we get a chance to do it again. And I know you got to run off to a meeting or something right now, so hope to talk to you again soon.
Yeah, as you please. Yeah, it's been awesome chatting with you, and I hope we can continue to work together in whatever way. We maybe can have you on our show if that's something that you're interested in, or I know you just kind of are doing the audio now, but if you're ever interested in video plus audio, maybe we can get you on as a guest, sometime and promote your the podcast that you're doing, because I love the work. I mean, it's cool to see this industry grow, right? And it's so awesome. You're the first real podcast that is doing a legit good job. I've listened to probably 3 out of 5 of yours already, and your voice is awesome,
well,
and I think you speak for the people, right? I think you're it's
it's
you have
100% hobby. There is absolutely no aspiration to make money or be monetized.
Yeah, it's probably the best way.
Even get a penny. It's just fun. The reason it got started, to be honest, is because Electric Scooter Guide didn't have a podcast. I was looking for a podcast, and there wasn't one. Your organization covers literally every type of media on planet Earth, but not the easiest one, a podcast.
I know. It's funny because we were thinking about taking our live show and just boom, making it a podcast, and then I can't remember, but someone was like, no, it's not good enough yet, and I was like, okay, so we just didn't do it.
Well, on this podcast, I will continue to give you props because there is nobody within 1 million miles of what you're doing.
Thank you.
Nobody even comes close. You give the information, you make it entertaining. The knowledge is pertinent to what people need to know, and like I say often, you are for enthusiasts by enthusiasts, and that makes a difference. That's why I didn't know whether to play Smooth Criminal or the Pointer Sisters for the opening of this show. I think I decided to just go with my own original music. But I was excited to talk to you. I was a little nervous at first. But on behalf of all scooteristas, thank you for what you do. You're the best.
Man, thank you so much. That's like an ultimate compliment, and I'm going to give the team that feedback, basically in like right as soon as we're off, because almost everybody's here.
Oh, they're incredible. I don't know how
hey,
they do.
Thank you, Thank you, Dagwood. All right, talk soon.
All
okay,
right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Are you kidding me? Is that guy the best or what? He says so many things that are profound. One of them that caught my ears, the last thing he said at the end of episode 7 is we need to start thinking past the early adopter phase. And that is just so true. When people think of electric scooters, they just think of this brand new phenomena, or people in Seattle and LA trashing their scooters, throwing them off bridges. They think of the initial rental scooters from Lime and Bird. And we need to start civic planning, putting routes, roads into our metropolitan areas and into our cities so that the parking lots aren't full and the streets aren't bumper to bumper. Another thing he said that caught my ear was a lot of people think that the Electric Scooter Guide was founded to help people decide what scooter to buy, to compare them. But really, he has bigger plans. He wants planet Earth to be a better place. Amazing. Chuck Temple, everybody. Yeah.
Well, it's time for the news. Electric Scooter Podcast News. It's time for the news. All right, you get the idea. It's time for the news.
And it's not all good news, unfortunately. There is word of a scooterist being murdered in England. Samuel Bretherton, 25, of Leyland, Lancashire, is accused of the murder of 20-year-old Ben Smith on Bamber Bridge, or in Bamber Bridge. That's the name of a town or an area of Preston in England. I had to look it up, didn't know where it was. It's a little bit north and slightly west of Manchester, home of the band The Smiths and a lot of other famous English people. South Ribble Police closed down Station Road shortly after 1 p.m. following reports of a collision between a man on an electric scooter and a vehicle. Interestingly, shortly before the fatal accident, a mirror on Bretherton's van was broken. So we just have to kind of put the pieces of the puzzle there and figure out what happened. Apparently, at least in this newspaper or the ones that I looked up, they don't like to give too many details, but a window in the guy's van was broken, and then he ran over 20-year-old Ben Smith. Very sorry to hear that. Ben Smith was on an electric scooter, and he died as a result of his injuries. Bretherton is accused of hitting Mr. Smith from Walton Ladale with his van, killing him instantly. Police said, "We know that the collision followed a wing mirror being hit from the van involved just prior to it happening." Sad news. This sounds like old news, but it's actually recent. I guess it took them time to gather their statistics, but CNN is quoting the National Association of City Transportation that in the United States, 38.5 million journeys were made on e-scooters in 2018. And in 2019, that rose to 86 million. Now, there's this lady named Kirsten Heineke. She leads the Center for Future Mobility for a consulting firm called McKinsey & Company. And they made this prediction. They don't say how far in the future. They just say, robot shuttles will pick you up from your house in the suburbs and take you to a mobility hub station downtown. Then you'll end your daily commute to the office riding an e-scooter that you previously pre-booked on your mobile devices. Well, I won't, because I'll be riding my own scooter. They went on to talk about the pandemic and how it's affected e-scooters. They say public transportation is not considered safe and not everybody has access to a private vehicle. So people have opted more and more to micro-mobility. Other factors could fuel long-term success in the e-scooter field. McKinsey says that about 60% of car trips worldwide cover less than 8 kilometers. What is that, like 6 miles? 5-6 miles? And Heineke believes that in cities, e-scooters and e-bikes can save people time that they'd otherwise spend stuck in traffic or looking for parking spots. Well, duh. That doesn't have to be way in the future when we're flying around in spaceships and we have huge heads and we eat our food out of tubes. You can do that now. Buy yourself an e-scooter. Save some time getting to work. Don't worry about a parking spot. Plug that thing under your desk while you're working all day, or if you live close enough, just flip it around, ride it back home when you're done with work, and charge it overnight. And that's about it for episode 8 of the Electric Scooter Podcast. Stay tuned next week. We have an exciting show for you. I'm not going to reveal exactly what it is right now, but trust me, it's a good one. Until then, keep the shiny side up and the dirty side down.